before we open the meeting that Chris, want to come up? Oh, bring him up. You're the boss.
Mr. Chairman.
You're the chairman. So you guys don't know this guy. It's Chris Johnson. He's a, what do you call it, SRO with that school resource officer. So he's a cop at the high school. See him all the time. The veteran. And in addition to being a veteran, he's about to be on active duty again starting what, June? Yes. June, he's going to be an Air Force JAG officer. So congratulations on that. But in addition to that, Otis submitted them, as you guys know.
So we submitted new classification in the VFW first responder is bomb tech. It actually came out last year. And I was at home, I have to tell the story. My wife retired from Sonoma High School, worked with kids. She was a custodian, and I'm at home and she goes, well, Chris is a bomb tech. I'm like, what? Called back Chris, said, get him wrote up. I said, yeah, that's true.
Easy.
But anyway, for the first time for post 921, certificate of appreciation awarded to Christopher Johnson, EOD Deputy, Snohomish County Sheriff's Office. In grateful recognition of unyielding adherence to the highest ideals of law enforcement in maintaining, preserving, and protecting the lawful rights of citizens. Signed, Chris Cote, Commander Otis Arwell, Chairman. And the question I have, what is your favorite charity?
Well, he's got cash in there.
No, we can't cash deputies.
Oh.
I've been the chairman of the project for,
I
got it. Because I was trying to find it for another.
Hey, Otis, my favorite charity is Chris Johnson.
Yeah, see what the call to the guy was just in.
Oh, put it towards the VFW football.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's see, make that easier. We're gonna get a picture.
Well, guys get, yeah, I'll
I'll back to
so,
see you tomorrow.
$100 to.
We already have the cash. We have the cash.
Oh, okay, you don't need.
Well,
We'll give it back to you.
No,
Thanks, man. I'll see you tomorrow.
no, we're gonna give it. 911 operator.
Okay, all right.
But it's not a number of VFW.
But he's not qualified.
He deployed twice to Iraq.
So he said, I asked him before.
He was a grunt. So went to
All right, well
Iraq
then go
twice.
check Stanley, get her a application, go, quick, give it to Scott, he's an Army dude.
I got one.
There we go. Don't let him leave, tell him to come back down here. Exactly. Exactly. All right, you ready to go?
Yeah, does it say welcome there?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
I figured it out.
Eric, do you want to be the guard? Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Well, we haven't done it yet.
What else?
All righty. Officers not take their respective stations. Unauthorized guests will kindly retire. The guard will close the doors. By the power and authority vested in me, I'm about to open post 921 for the transaction of any business may lawfully come before it. Boss of the day, satisfy yourself that all present are entitled to remain.
You're going too fast for me.
All right, I'll get them tomorrow. Just, hey, Scott, can you bring that up and just throw it right here and I'll give them tomorrow?
Authorized, sir.
And right.
Yeah. Here's one button, 30 Ds.
Okay.
That's in Iraq.
I'll give them tomorrow morning. Tan Hut, uncover. Chaplain will now offer the opening prayer. Parade rest.
As far as O sovereign ruler of the universe, who art the Lord of hosts and God of peace, without thee our efforts are in vain. Continue thy blessing upon us and our families, we pray thee, and guide us during our deliberations. We beseech thee, O God, to bless the departed, the dependents of our departed comrades, and to comfort all those who gave their loved ones to our nation's cause. Bless and strengthen the sick, the needy, and the afflicted. Bless, we ask thee, the children, families, and staff of our national home, and help us to fulfill our duties toward them. Continue thy favor upon our order, and help us to practice the spirit of true comradeship, both in our council and with the world at large. Enable us to better the community in which we live through our devotion to duty as citizens. And I'll have a moment of silent prayer for our departed comrades and those missing in action and those held as prisoners of war. These and all other blessings we ask of the mighty ruler of the universe. Amen.
Amen. Hut, Tan Hut. Cover. Comrades, you now join me in the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Present arms. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Order, arms. Comrades, we are assembled again to transact business of mutual benefit. Do not let petty jealousies or trivial personalities influence our deliberations. Let us uphold always obligations of unselfish comradeship and loyalty to our organization. To the government of the United States of America, I now declare post 921 duly open for the transaction of business. Guard, will you admit any in waiting who may be worthy? Okay. The objects of veterans of foreign wars are fraternal, patriotic, historical education, to preserve and strengthen comradeship amongst its members, to assist worthy comrades, to perpetuate the memory and history of our dead, and to assist their widows and orphans, to maintain true allegiance to the government of the United States of America and fidelity to its Constitution and laws, to foster true patriotism, and maintain and extend the institutions of American freedom, preserve and defend the United States from all enemies. Do we have any visitors? All right. Recognize past post commanders. Elmer Johnson. Otis Wolf.
Commander.
All right. Calling a roll of officers.
Sir, roll of officers. Commander Chris Cote,
Present.
Senior Vice Commander Matt Harmon,
Excused.
Junior Vice Commander Carson Buss. Here. Self, Quartermaster Stanley Rumbeck, Chaplain Dan Humphries. Here. First year trustee Otis Wolf.
Here.
Second year trustee Elmer Johnson. Here. Third year trustee James Hampton.
He's online.
All right. Adjutant Brian Cornell.
Excused.
Service Officer Bruce Krieger.
Absent.
Judge Advocate Jamie Pike. Here. Sergeant Tom Friedman.
Present?
All present and or accounted for, sir.
Roger. Reading for membership applications. Do we have any membership applications?
Negative. I was trying to work on a guy and get him up here today, but.
Okay. No balloting for applicants, no mustering of recruits, reading of minutes. The meetings are posted online on our YouTube channel. If you have any questions or need any access to them, if you're having trouble with it, contact Brian Corneal at adjutant@vfwpost921.org. Quartermaster's report.
Quartermaster's report for February 2025, our disbursements from Wells Fargo checking. We had $160 for the Domino's pizza. I actually, if you want, I can negotiate if you guys want to try something other than the Domino's with a local pizza guy here for the same amount. We can vote on that if you want. The JROTC Parents Association, that's $1,000. VFW store name tags. We got one name tag, $11.95. Otis Wolf paid out for the VFW hotel costs for a convention, $338.37. And our Microsoft 365 environment, $13.68, totaling $1,480. No activity going in disbursements from savings. Our receipts, Wells Fargo checking, the VFW National annual member payout was $8 this month. And we have a whopping 7 cents in Wells Fargo savings account interest. Our status of funds, for Wells Fargo checking, we have $2,142.68. That's a reduction of $1,472. We have an increase of 7 cents for Wells Fargo savings. That is $8,998.79. Petty cash on hand, we have $250. I had Mr. Parker purchased a coat and a shirt the other week, and then you can add an extra $210 on that because we had another purchase of coat hats too. So that would be $460 petty cash on hand. So reason for that is so I can provide change if anyone needs change, but now with that amount, it's going to go positive into the checking. Morgan Stanley money market, $108,770.57. It's a reduction of $69.86, which is pretty impressive compared to what the market, equities markets have hit past few days.
We don't want to hear about it.
All right, I will tell you all about it.
But
Fine.
That's up to you.
Yeah. All right, reading of bills, no bills.
no bills. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Port of Service Officer. He's not here. She's not here. And as we mentioned before, we don't really have a service officer role anymore. The VFW headquarters have taken it away from us. But Barb is still able to work in that capacity through the American Legion, and she has been. Not anything more than getting people pointed in the right direction. And there's an event on March 27th at the Armed Forces Reserve Center up in Marysville. I don't have all the details yet. Just one of the senior enlisted that works there, her daughter plays on my lacrosse team. And she said that the VA is going to be there. And if you have anything that you need as a potential claim, it's going to be like one day, one-stop shopping. You're going to walk in the door and they're going to process as much as they can and get your rating updated by the time you leave. So March 27th, Armed Forces Reserve Center up in Marysville off exit 202. Okay, good. Is there a comrade or a family of a comrade in distress? Not hearing any, we will move on.
Elmer's back.
Yes, Elmer is back. I did a buddy check on Elmer yesterday. Elmer, what did the doc say this morning? What did the doc say this morning? What'd he say?
Did some more blood tests and he's gonna wait for 2 more weeks before I can do the exertions, like walking.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're here. Glad you're not pushing up daisies. We appreciate it. Appreciate everything you do for us. So we're glad to see you. Hopefully it can get better and see what happens. Okay. Report of all committees. Poppies.
Vander, we have an approach.
You may approach.
Okay, so now that Elmer took the steam out of my begging, because he showed up. So just a little back order. So a couple of meetings ago, we went over the budget. And in the budget was for administrative items, i.e. like the certificate that we just gave to the gentleman. So this is, I just received the shipment. So this is a receipt for the certificates that we provide for all of our writings, all of our essays, all of our teachers, all of our first responders, including the DROTC and with the medal. So that's,
You need a reimbursement?
yes, please.
Okay, I can cut you a check.
Okay.
Or I can give you cash too.
Either way.
Okay.
So that goes through. So this afternoon, I finished up. We are now confirmed at our 4 local establishments. So the Do It Center, Safeway, Hagen's, and Fred Meyer. We're gonna change it up a little bit than we have in the past. So last November, when we did our veterans, we did 4 days. We're gonna do 3.5 days. So we're gonna do Friday the 23rd, Saturday the 25th, and Sunday the 26th. Or Friday the 23rd, Saturday the 24th, and Sunday the 25th. On Monday the 26th, because we are going to be utilized over at the GAR and the recruit or the JROTC will probably be there. I did ask for that Monday the 26th at Fred Meyer and Hagen's because they honestly are our high dollar places. And if it gets filled, great. If it doesn't, me and I will be standing those. So I will have the signup.com set up by Sunday and sent out to all of your emails. On April, I will bring a paper copies, and in May, I will also bring paper copies.
Can you email that to my school email too? Can you email it to my school email?
Yes, I can. And
That way I'll
then,
get the cadets lined up
Okay, that'd be great. And since you see the captain every day, right?
every day.
Okay, so that's a total of 28 shifts that we're gonna try to cover. And that pretty much covers it up. I did do inventory of the bins and we have the easels. So I got those together. I was glad one was still in the package so I could read the directions. And I'm gonna get a cork board type thing to go on those so we can pin things on so we don't have as much stuff on the table needing all the rocks and the eagles to hold everything down. So that's coming along the line. I appreciate your donation, Nick.
That was brought up at midwinter, that putting up the medals and requirements on an easel where people are looking, instead of looking down. Nick had them, so just.
And so the last thing is, Nina and I did inventory of our bins and there were a few items that we were short on and I'm replenishing those because I was lazy. And we are reestablished. Remember when we used to be reestablished with Ace Hardware where you would get the cardboard box of flags? Okay, well, we've been reestablished. I'm just not sure it's gonna make it through their corporate mill in time for Memorial Weekend. So I got some more flags for us to throw out. So we're looking okay for the Poppy Drive for Memorial Day weekend.
Okay, so that Monday, the ceremonies at the GAR were the primary organization this year because last year was American Legion, so we alternate. I need some flag bearers from our post to carry the VFW colors, and I'm sure Maria's going to carry the VFW auxiliary colors. Or
I suppose, but if we take Machias, we're gonna have to have.
right.
I'm
Well,
probably gonna be out there.
well, yes and no because the American Legion from Lake Stevens does it, right?
Keymeister, somebody's gotta have keys.
Right. So
Set up,
okay.
so that may end up, it's just, we
Yeah.
don't know yet.
We'll figure it out, but we're gonna need somebody to carry the post colors and the auxiliary colors during the ceremony. Cadets will be out there doing their 3 volley salute, providing parking assistance like they normally do, lining up the band to be able to play their music like they always do, and then have John McPherson and Trent do the echo taps unless the students do it. So I think that's about it. Oh, trailer, our trailer, right?
Yes.
So we had our district commanders meeting. It wasn't a district meeting, but just of all the commanders, probably about 3 weeks ago. And I showed them pictures of the trailer. The district had a big fundraiser, the gala last year, and we raised $50,000 net. So there's funds available to donate to fixing the trailer.
Okay.
And I told other posts that they could borrow it. So if we can get it updated and fixed and looking good, then I think more posts would want to use it for their events.
As long as they don't expect me to pull it every.
No, they don't. I told them the requirements. Remember I texted you, I said, it had
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
and the generator and all that. So, okay, thank
Well,
you.
The generator is something that, I mean, let them know that that goes with it.
Right,
They just need a big enough truck to lug it.
exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Thank you, Commander.
Okay. Ramp it up. I think we briefed you guys last time on Ramp It Up that unless we get notification from Operation Ramp It Up that they got contact from somebody locally that needs a ramp removed, or I reached out to the VA. I have a lacrosse mom who is big with the VA regionally. Talked to her about Ramp It Up, and if we get notification from a veteran that got a free ramp from the VA that they need removed, we're kind of on a hiatus until we get more materials. Yes.
We have enough to have accomplished some of these small ramps that have been requested. Where are we on that now? Can we, if the people request them, can we go get stuff put up together?
Your guess is as good as mine because Bruce hasn't responded to anything. So that's where we're at. Former commander, you know how that is. So can't, if he doesn't answer, he doesn't answer. He doesn't show up to meetings, doesn't show up to meetings. It's kind of hard to make it happen. And it's not an official VFW program. So I have no hammer to make him do anything. Correct? Right? It's not a VFW program, is it? No. So that's where we're at. Okay. Adopted unit.
Nothing to report, sir. Same as last month. We're just working from a distance to help those folks down at Camp Mary. Again, appreciate y'all adopting our budget at the beginning of the year so we can help with the fruit and veggie platters as we can. And again, no chance of doing a dining off this year, given they're going Operation Cobra Gold. They got a lot of items in the fire and they're getting ready for a potential deployment in the next year or the following.
So when I was looking at the construction project, they haven't torn down the sign place. And in the construction stuff is not near it. Like they're gonna leave it. Okay. Right.
Was you mean a government construction project or something?
So anyway, I mean, it'd be cool if they didn't tear it down, but
We'll see. They've got to add sidewalk making the turn. If you were to look at the plans, they're all online in the permit portal because there's that grade change. That's why it's slated to be removed. Maybe they save it, maybe they don't, but that's all I got.
Got it.
Cobra Gold's a great exercise.
Yes,
You
it
guys are
is.
having a good time.
I did Cobra Gold, my first cruise, 96. Awesome. Okay, programs. BOD, Patriot, Band Youth Essays are already taken care of. Law enforcement, fire safety, 911, and EOD, we've already discussed. Scout. So our Scout of the Year is Clint McCowan. He is a sophomore at Sky Valley School over Monroe. He is an Eagle Scout. He is on the drill team for Snohomish JRTC. He's an excellent student. So he submitted his package. I got it. I'm the Scout chair. He was the only one that applied. So he's our Scout of the Year. We'll get the certificate. So I'll get you his info, Eric, to get the certificate for Scout of the Year.
Just email me.
Yep. And then another JRTC cadet who's also an Eagle Scout who also attends Sky Valley. I gave his name and information to 7511 on Monroe so that they would have a Scout of the Year. And if no other posts got scouts, then those two guys are going to get submitted. They were supposed to get submitted on Saturday to Terry, and then I haven't heard anything from there from Brian. How do you say his last name? Seguin?
Seguin,
Yeah, so Brian's handling it from there, and then one of our guys will be forwarded up to state to Doug Hoople. So not Doug anymore. Okay, well, anyway, it goes to state. So yeah, so we've got at least we recognize him at the post level. We'll see how he does at the district level, and then hoping he gets up at the state level. Great kid, very squared away, wants to be a Marine. He's on the drill team. He's pretty sharp. So he's our scout of the year. We'll get his certificate and then have him come to one of our meetings to award it shortly.
wants to be a Marine and he's a smart kid.
Very smart. Yep. So anyway,
GPS, man. It's up.
okay. All present will rise. Untan hut. Uncover. Parade rest. Comrade Chaplain, you will now ask divine blessings upon our National Home for Children.
Almighty God, we ask for your divine blessing on the children, families, and staff of our National Home for Children in Eden, Michigan. May your spirit dwell with them forever, giving them health and guiding their lives. Help us to always be faithful to our fallen comrades by providing support for their families. We ask in your holy name. Amen.
Untan hut. Cover. Seats. Next. Next. There we go. Okay, so we've been kicking this can down the road for a while, the Machias Cemetery opportunity. So I think we've discussed it quite a bit. I was not here at the last meeting, but it was discussed there as well. So, yeah, I'll put it all out to you. Where do you guys stand on that?
Go ahead.
Sir, members, I think that after the research that I've done, I think we should do it. I think it'll give us a little bit more breadth in our portfolio, a little bit more involvement in the community. And I personally think I'd like to try to get on the board of that. But we need to, like I talked about it last month, we need to not mention that it's a possibility of a money-making venture. Okay, this is only about service to the community and service to veterans. And we need to promote it that way. We need to advertise it that way. And we need to let people know that, if they say you guys are going to make money, that's not what this is about. Okay, we need to be absolutely sure. We all need to be on board with that. As far as the legality of it, still makes me nervous because we're inheriting everything that's happened before. If we take ownership of this thing and we take responsibility for it, it's everything since day one. If someone was promised a plot in 1927, we have to honor it and try to avoid getting sued for not having the paperwork for it. Okay. The other thing is, the guy that runs the
Daryl.
he's got legal paperwork. And we need to see that paperwork and make sure it doesn't specifically only say that one. We need to adjust the paperwork, get it signed or notarized, and make sure we've got that, and we get insurance for it.
Okay.
Other than that, I think we should do it.
All right, so are you making a motion then?
Sir, I make a motion that we acquire the Machias Cemetery.
All right, I have a motion on the floor.
Second.
I have a second on the floor. Any further discussion?
Yes, Commander.
Yes.
Only because I've missed the last several meetings. Just explain to us 3 different things we need to do our due diligence on before we adopt the child. So, time to adopt it right now, or? Okay.
The paperwork thing is, Daryl explained, GAR owns GAR, American Legion owns GAR cemetery. But there's paperwork all filed, and we're gonna file it on the child, which separates the American Legion. If somebody went after GAR for anything, they cannot go back to the American Legion.
Yeah, so what we'll do, and I'm a trustee on the JR Cemetery. So there's American Legion that has their own EIN, right? They're their own organization. The GR Cemetery has their own EIN. They're their own entity. They're separate. Yes, the American Legion is the owner and operates the cemetery, but the GR is a separate business entity from the Legion. And so that's how we're gonna do.
It's like a lease.
Well, what we did,
The
so
cemetery-
correct. So what, just Otis, I'm the trustee at the cemetery, I'll explain it. So this year, to be able to raise money for the American Legion, we created a ground lease because the Legion owns the property. And the business entity of the GAR is a leaser of that property. So they pay a fee.
So I was even referring to GAR.
Right.
Part of my
Correct,
calculation.
correct. But that to separate the two, we're gonna ensure that VFW Post 921 and Machias Cemetery, which they already have, they're gonna have their own separate EINs. Yes, we'll be the owner of the property and the manager of the property, but the business entity of the Machias Cemetery will be its own operating facility, and it'll have a board of trustees that operates it on behalf of the post. So
My
Otis,
discussion and objections are wrong.
okay, yeah, because Otis is already one trustee, and do we have any other trustees out there yet?
There's 5 trustees on the books, according to Daryl, from the old, Machias Community Cemetery, which we've had for the last, I've been on board for 40+ years. But none of those people, they just answer calls. I think once we get this officially done, we can talk, most of them are just gonna say, I'm done, and we will definitely put more than just me from the post as trustees, because we're gonna be.
So what I propose is we're gonna take the paperwork and the structure that's already in place that the GAR and the Legion use, and the operating procedures and all the stuff that, well, yeah, they're separate, but copy and paste. Like, we're gonna make it Machias Cemetery and instead of GAR, it's Machias Cemetery. Instead of American Legion, it's gonna be VFW Post 921. We'll copy everything, because why reinvent the wheel when it's already in place somewhere else and working and legal?
I'm in favor. So I missed a few meetings, Commander, so whatever the group thinks, so.
Correct. So what that'll entail is we'll have 3 trustees. They'll have to meet with Daryl once a month. Meetings last, like the ones at the GR last like maybe an hour, if that. You review the income expenditures for the month, any maintenance needs, things like that. It's pretty simple. And as far as the money-making thing, we're not going to be making any money off of it, but if we own and operate it, it is a source of potential income for us to support our programs. I think that's kind of what you're talking about as far as selling it to the community. We're not trying to make money off of it per se, to where the post gets rich or anything like that. It just helps us conduct our mission.
As I said last month, the cemetery has about $80,000 right now in its fund. And I've been there 40 years, and that's the most we've ever had. It's not a money-making deal. But it could make more money if we get ourselves doing the maintenance. We had volunteered from the boat to mow, weed eat, that kind of stuff.
Website, Facebook page, really put it out there as a community cemetery to get people to come and want to use it for the proper services.
It's all there. Could be people coming up.
Yes.
Is there any general liability that the post here would incur, legal liability?
That's the thing that where we, by keeping it separate EINs, then there shouldn't be.
Separate business.
Right. But as the owner operator of that business, like you were saying, we need to have insurance to cover.
Your general liability.
Right. We need to have D&O insurance, which is directors and officers insurance for the trustees. And we need to have bond for the people that handle the financials. And then we need to have liability insurance for volunteers that could be working on the property in case they get hurt. So
or
that-
anybody walking through.
Business.
Anybody that brings a lawsuit against or whatever,
Right.
That place is wide open.
and if it's retroactive,
Somebody walks in there and trips over a gravestone. We could
Right.
have the suit
So we need to make sure that we have all that stuff in place.
if somebody's allowed to go back in time, that has to be retroactive next.
I'm not a lawyer, so I don't know if somebody could sue the entity for something that happened before we took over. I don't know how that.
Didn't we just have a Jag here a little while ago?
He's, so,
Curiosity question. We know if, we looked into what lawyer have to draft these people's
I
scores.
can't hear you.
Would a lawyer, we need a lawyer's help to draft these business agreements that we got in, or is this just something we can?
So I recommended that, and I looked at two guys in town. I didn't actually specifically talk to them because they want money to talk to us. But the one lawyer I talked to said, we're nuts. $80,000 is nothing if we get sued. We need to carry maximum insurance. But make sure that we bounce our paperwork off a lawyer and he signs it.
Right. So we have the motion on the floor. A second, we're discussing it. With the motion, we can make an amendment that says prior to signing any paperwork, we could expend the money not to exceed a certain amount in legal fees to have a lawyer review the documentation, make any suggestions on that, and then also insurance.
Is it a not-for-profit or a corporate? I mean, how would we, is it, there gonna be separate filing of taxes for this? So
Absolutely.
Under what,
They would file, the
Yeah.
Machias Community Center would file their own taxes.
okay,
And
under
it's
like
another
what?
draft.
Under their own EIN. They have their own EIN.
As a,
I don't know if it's a nonprofit right now.
it's a nonprofit? Oh, okay, that makes it easy.
Yes, Eric?
So just two quick concerns. So Daryl's gonna manage that like he does GAR. So
And
he'll let-
he's already said he's going to volunteer to do that as long as his company, he started his own company, which we will need to verify that he's bonded and insured and all that stuff to do all the cremation and casket burials at the property.
So far as, so will he let us or gonna have a committee chairman for the committee or for Machias Cemetery? Know if we need to get a working party together to get to get people there to.
Absolutely, yeah. Yes.
The other thing is, and it's probably just because today is March 3rd, I don't know about the rest of you, but a couple weeks ago, I got my property tax bill. And I might have to get a second job just to pay them. But is this exempt from property taxes?
To the best of my knowledge, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because if it is, how many acres is it?
No. And then we gained another 3, was it? Williams Gas Line gave it 3, we donated more acreage.
No, I mean, I know it's not developed and all that kind of stuff, but I have 5 acres of woods. and it was
It's
almost
great.
11 grand.
It's great, so it's down.
Okay, that's my only vote.
Okay. So we have a motion on the floor. We have a second. We've had discussion. Does somebody want to make an amendment to the original motion regarding, regarding legal fees and potential research on insurance needs before we pull the trigger? Okay, go ahead.
Like make an amendment to get legal representation, take a look at it, and what are the things?
Insurance. But with legal representation, there's going to be an expense incurred, so we got to have a not to exceed amount.
Who's a lawyer? Knows how much that's gonna cost.
That's it, Adam.
No, it's gonna be more than that. I was gonna say 2,500 would be a rough estimate. If you're
Okay.
talking with the insurance companies and maybe get more than a couple bids, talking to an attorney, and then also lining up the state certification that we're gonna need. All that stuff has to happen before we sign.
So do we all agree on not to exceed 2,500
Yes.
as part of the amendment? Okay, so I have a friendly amendment on the floor that as part of our original motion, we are going to seek legal advice and insurance advice for an initial expense not to exceed $2,500 and not commit to signing any contracts or paperwork with the Machias Community Center until that part's been done.
Second motion.
Okay. Any discussion on that? Any discussion on the amendment? Any discussion on the amendment? Not hearing any. The amendment is approved. Now for the original motion. Any further discussion on the original motion? Yes.
One quick one, before we reach out to the lawyer, get a hold of the district commander. Edmonds Post may have a lawyer. There's some posts out there that may have a lawyer in the post that would do it.
Pro bono. All right. I'll check with Terry. Okay, but in the meantime, we still have the not to exceed. So any further discussion? Any further discussion? Not hearing any. The original motion passes. Okay. All right, next. You're up.
Veterans Picnic. We are reserved for August 23rd. Put your calendars. End of summer, it's going to be kind of a summer barbecue theme, cookout, hot dogs, hamburgers. Could be some cornhole, so we're in process. The American Legion is in the process of putting a stamp or an envelope to send me the contract for this barbecue. Cannot be done online. It's interesting. My question to the post is, who knows who runs the bar upstairs? Who runs the bar?
Who runs the bar?
Yes.
So the social room committee is a committee just like the cemetery, and they manage the social room. They manage the bar.
One person that does the
No.
buying.
What?
There's gonna be one manager that does the buying.
Diane does the buying. She's the manager of the social room. So she's here from like 7 to 3 every day.
Okay, can you send me your contact info, please?
I don't have it, but you can ask the bartender when we go up.
Take it out.
That's their boss.
So the only question, there's gonna be a $700 fee for the park itself. The $100 deposit, the Schaefer family will cover. At some point in the future, once I fill out this contract, it's coming to me in the mail. I will request funds.
You could go to Rich Coster, the commander, or Daryl Miller. He's the new park senior trustee. He's the former commander. Yeah, and then he'll be upstairs after this
Even easier.
because he's a member of our auxiliary.
That's the only part of the budget that will change, Commander, if we can purchase beer and RTDs through the post, which is perfectly legal in Washington State, so figure out what the license situation is. That will significantly cut down our costs.
And the contract is a website to go to, get the license.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just like $10. Yeah,
We'll talk about
like
it.
$10 and it's
Oh, it's
all
okay.
in there and all the rules and everything.
No, I'm the banquet license, I do those all the time. I'm talking about this post liquor license in Washington State. They have
Yeah.
an on-premise license because they serve liquor here.
Right.
They could have an off-premise license, perfectly legal, and then we can purchase all the beer we want at wholesale cost through the American Legion, rather than going to
So
Costco.
basically, you need to have.
Yeah, just talk to Rich or Diana.
Survey with the certification.
And Scott,
Yeah, for up there, we'll need a banquet
and
license.
the Legion may want to piggyback on this with us because it's a veterans thing.
Are we
It's not,
close to that, or-
no, I mean, it would be not, I mean, it'd be nice if the Legion did that. Because then we could get the park for gratis.
That would go a long way.
So that, I'll leave that to you to work it out with Rich Coster.
I'm a salesman.
Okay.
That's why I fill in.
What time was that picnic start?
Shoot for noon, have a noon start,
Okay, on the 23rd, correct?
on the 23rd, August 23rd.
Got it.
Summer barbecue. Think about having to sign up for a cornhole tournament, because I like competition. I think that's trying to. Any objections?
Negative.
Because I could set up a shooting range up there, Commander. It's not allowed.
Yeah.
Scholarship essay updates, you gave us the update from the meeting.
Yes, so basically where we stand with the scholarship update, I'm gonna draft the requirements. Basically what we're gonna do is, and I've already got kids applying, like they're coming out of the woodwork already. It's gotta be a child or grandchild of a vet. We're gonna need to get their DD 214. I have one applicant, the mom can't find the grandpa's DD 214, but he's 100% disabled veteran with his veteran card. I figure that's good enough. Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
And then they're gonna get 3 letters of recommendation from teachers and then write an essay. And I think, Scott and I can discuss, or we can discuss together, but right now my idea for the essay is how I serve my community now and how I see myself serving my community in the future. Do you guys feel that's appropriate?
Great idea.
Okay, so that's gonna be the topic for the essay. I'm gonna tell them they gotta write 500 words. We don't want like War and Peace. And then they're gonna submit their application, the formal application, their 3 letters of recommendation, and their essay and DD 214 to Scott in an email package.
Do you have a formal application made up, Commander?
No, but I'll make one. I'll do, unless you want to do it. If you do the application, I'll do the rest.
Application.
Okay, you do the application, you email it to me, and then I'll get it to schools. So anyway, Patty Stapleton, who's the career counselor at Stonewall High School, I talked to her yesterday, so it's all set. She's going to disseminate it to GP and AIM High School, and then I'm going to get it over to, those 3 are here at Stonewall, so we're good. If you guys are open to it, I may take it up to Lake Stevens High School, just because they're kind of in our area of responsibility, AOR. So
For a moment.
yeah, till they open up their new post. So that's other words coming down the pike. But anyway, Scott, you and I got it. We're good.
On it.
Okay. Elections we'll do at the election spot. EOD Officer of the Year we already did. Vet flag football we already did. Okay, nominations, elections of officers. So we're in the cycle for nominating for elections. So Stanley, can you pop out of the sheet the election report? When you do the roll call.
Yeah, we have,
There you go. Thank you. And Otis, Tom's the only one that's coming up, right? As the 3-year, how does that work? Trustees. Who comes off? Is it Tom or you?
No, it's me.
You?
I come on.
Elmer stays.
Elmer moves up to 1.
And
Jamie
James.
moves up to 2.
So we have it
We have
over
to backfill 3.
Got it. Okay. So we're gonna have 2 rounds of nominations. Nominations will be open this month and next month. Elections will be held in May. Installation of officers will be at the same meeting in May, and then they'll take charge basically after the state convention in June, correct? Did I have that right?
Yep.
Okay, so do I have any nominations for post commander?
I nominate Commander Cote.
I accept,
Second that, largely.
I accept your nomination.
Don't need seconds on nomination.
Do we have any other nominations?
Is this 3?
Your letter, nominate J.D. Vance.
Is there any other nominations for anybody else to take the job? It's my 3rd year.
Third year.
Good job, man.
And the rotation, just let everybody know, that's where the district, where the rotation, post level and district level.
We're trying to avoid not that it was a bad thing, but we had Otis for 9 years and he did a great job with Elmer and Eric and Nick basically carrying this place on their back. Now we got a bunch of new blood. I've done it for 3 years. Not that I'm saying I'm not willing to take another year on, but some people need to start moving up the ranks. So. Yeah.
No, I think the guy needs, we need to rotate. Then we need to get people in positions that can be here.
So if anybody is thinking about it, then you might want to start at another position down lower in the ranks, like quartermaster, junior vice, senior vice, and then they call it moving up the chairs at the state level, where they start off at JAG, right? Or surgeon, JAG, and then
Senior vice.
right, and they move up, and it's like a 5-year process of moving up the ranks till you're the commander. We don't do that here, but we're trying to rotate the blood through. So
Doug White, who was added for surgery.
did he?
Yeah, Doug's running for surgery.
Oh, that's awesome. If you guys don't know Doug, Doug's a great guy. He's out in Gold Bar at their post, retired Navy chief. He does everything. So he'll be a great state commander when he gets up that way. So anyway, all right. Hearing no other nominations at this time, I will be the sole nomination until next month. All right. So commander's done. So do we have any nominations for senior vice, or anybody willing to self-nominate for senior vice? Do you want to go senior vice?
No, I'm gonna stick with you.
Okay, anybody else want to run for senior vice?
What is the situation of our existing?
He would do it again. Yeah.
Well, we need to get-
We could nominate him.
But
He's not here all the
He's-
time.
is he gonna be here?
His heart, the thing is he's on that, like, on active duty orders a lot. Like, he left this morning on active duty, so he's in the Army. He thought he was going to retire because he didn't take the vaccine, but then when they changed the policy on that, he gets to stay in, and so he's going to stay in and keep working.
Good for him.
Yeah. So, but with that, he's on orders a lot. So, is anybody else willing or wanting or interested in taking over the role of senior vice? Anybody? Anybody? Bueller? Okay. We will table that till next month. Do I have any self nominations for junior vice?
I'll nominate myself.
All right, so we have Carson. Anybody else interested in running for junior vice? Anybody else interested in running for junior vice? Okay, we'll table that for next month. Quartermaster.
I've been doing it for like, it'll be my fourth year going into it. And I'm okay with passing the torch if someone's interested. It is lots of stuff, kind of a bit of a turnover process,
But now you know it.
but I got the whole training program. So if anyone's interested,
It is a lot of work initially to learn the job, but once you learn it and you get your systems down, which Stanley has now, it kind of, I wouldn't say it runs itself, but it's not as bad as the initial.
Well, I'll nominate Jeff.
Cannot accept the nomination this time.
Okay, all right,
yeah, if no one goes for it, I'll do it. Yeah.
yes.
If anybody ever had aspirations for being a commander, I strongly suggest you learn that job in and out.
I mean, honestly, we can do it in our bylaws to where we say you got to be quartermaster before you're a commander. We can change our bylaws to say that, because unless there's a death or whatever in special circumstances, but it's absolutely essential that you go through that chair before you come up here, just because there's too much to know. And if you don't know that, then you can really hose us. Going forward.
Then I can go and start moving into other.
Okay. All right. So chaplain, isn't that that's appointed? Yep. So then we got to replace Otis, is coming off, and we need a new 3-year trustee. So Elmer, would you accept moving up the ranks to first-year trustee? Okay, does anybody want to be the James? Are you still on?
I'm here.
Can we nominate you for 1-year trustee? So that'd mean
I
you
thought I
have,
would be second year.
right, but Elmer, because of his health reasons and stuff like that, might stop down, which would bump you up to the 1-year trustee. Are you able to fill that role or self-nominate?
Wait till next month. Can you hear me?
Wait till next month.
Wait till next month?
Yes.
Okay,
So I
we'll wait.
see- yeah.
Yep, we'll hold off until next month. Okay. All right. Do I have anybody willing to step up to the 3-year trustee spot? Yep.
I guess James will do it, but. So I'll step up wherever the.
Yeah, if you need 2, because Elmer has some health issues and you lost your 3rd, you and Jamie can probably take.
All right. So with that being said, we will shuffle it next month and finalize it. based on James's request. Right now, James is a 3-year trustee, so he would move up to 2-year. We could fill Elmer's role as the 1-year with either one of you. You'd only do it for 1 year. And then the other person would be the 3-year. So we've got our 3 people. We just have to figure out once we get James. So we'll figure that out next month. Are we good with that? Did I do that right, Otis? Are we good? Are we good? Okay, and the rest are all appointed by me once the election is over. I'll revisit with you guys, Brian. Probably, we don't really have a service officer anymore. Yes.
There is a new title and hopefully it'll come out at convention. They're coming up with a new title for a replacement. It won't be a service officer because they won't let it do.
Right.
But we'll have somebody. There will be a position,
Okay. We'll be
whatever they're gonna call it.
appointed or elected. Okay, got it. So we'll figure that out. That means I'll appoint somebody for Jag to replace Jamie. And Tom, are you still good with surgeon? Okay, all right. So I think we're good on nominations, elections. Stanley, I'll give you your form back. We'll revisit this next month. We'll have a ballot in May. So next month we'll finalize the ballot. I'll have ballots typed up and ready to go for May. We'll vote in May, install in May, and then in June after the convention, they take over.
Right.
Okay. Good of the order. Anybody have anything for the good of the order? Yes.
May 3rd is VFW Day of Service. If we do not file something and do something, All-American is gone. It is a requirement this year for the post to get All-American to do the Day of Service. So something needs to, May 3rd.
Hold on. So does somebody want to chair a day of service event? It could be anything, right?
It's just a survey. You can go watch gravestones at GAR or go something in the community. It's a community service, or go to Matthias or watch.
Does anybody want to take on a potential project and lead that and organize it?
Has to be May 3rd.
May 3rd,
May
yes.
3rd,
Is that a Sunday? What day?
Saturday.
Saturday. I don't know if I'm gonna be in town. I'm usually fishing.
So you're not.
We'll be working that weekend. So
I'm looking at my schedule. Hold on.
We can talk about it next month too, because.
Right, but we got to get on the radar and
But it has to be, a formal thing has to be submitted to national. ASAP.
before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to have it in.
Eric.
Commander.
Yes.
And former commander and Carson, didn't they mention at the District 1 meeting that when we did the memorial, that could count for a day of service?
No, this day of service, in my recollection, has got to be May 3rd.
They just said that we could count that as community service.
Okay, that should be it.
Okay. All right.
I was in my suit that day, so my blood was.
Is anybody willing to volunteer to take on researching the day of service, the requirements, and then organizing a project? Anybody willing to take on the project? All right, that's a lot of crickets, guys. Come on. We gotta have somebody do something.
What did we do last year?
We didn't do, this is new.
I can't think of the name.
Yeah, I'm busy coaching 2 games that day, so I'm out. Anybody else want to take it on? Just one day. It doesn't have to be anything big. We just got to organize something. Anybody?
What day is it?
Saturday, May 3rd. And it could be anything. We could go, like they said, go clean up at the GAR cemetery, veterans grave sites. Could be an hour. It doesn't have to be anything big. And the thing is that whatever you guys pick, the JRTC cadets have to do X amount of community service hours per semester for their grade. So whatever we do, we're gonna have cadets helping us.
Good idea.
All right,
Yeah. I'll do it.
you're good. Okay, you accept. I'll get in touch with Terry to get you in touch with National to figure out what the requirements are and what paperwork we need to file, and then we'll float your idea. But like I said, we'll have cadets helping us out, or whatever it is. Okay? Anybody else have anything for the good of the order? Hold on a second. Go ahead.
I was approached by a coworker at the Snohomish School District. She is a member of a group called the Daughters of the Revolution. Their organization has taken on, or they have adopted a program that they have for honoring Vietnam veterans. Okay, so I thought that Brian was going to be here, but any Vietnam veteran, if you would email me your name and a quick little sentence or two about what you did during the Vietnam era, that you fall in that, then I will get with, her name is Tammy Morse. She works for Daryl, and she would like to come and have a little presentation before one of our meetings.
I'll email her.
Okay. So if you could email me at eric.english365@gmail.com, that if you're a Vietnam era veteran, your name and a quick little sentence or two, I will get with her, and me and the commander and her will get it arranged that they will come. It's I'm not sure if there's a certificate or an acknowledgement letter that goes with it, but there'll be a pen and some other things they have for it. Senator?
Sounds good.
What's your email again?
Eric.english365@gmail.com.
That the other day, because I'm gonna.
You don't get it. You got it.
All right. So I don't know if you remember in Stanley's report, we donated $1,000 to the MCJROTC Parent Association to support the rifle team on their trip to the national championships. Got a report that the team broke the school record. They moved up from 24th in the nation, or 23rd in the nation, to 14th in the nation at the event. They had 2 team members out of the 4 shoot PRs. So it was money well spent. They did a great job. One of the team members, not only did he break, as a team, did they break the school record, he as an individual shooter broke the school record. The team is competing on the entire JRTC program is competing at the regional event on March 14th at Liberty High School. Currently, we're the #1 ranked drill team, and yours truly is the drill coach. Haven't drilled in 35 years, but we're making it happen.
How far back does that right scores go?
It's different because you shot with like a 22 and they're shooting with the Challenger air rifle. And they have a whole different scoring. So
I'm just saying it broke the school record. It was record set. Way back.
right, but it's apples and oranges. You can't compete. You can't compare the two.
Got your muzzle loader score.
Exactly. Exactly. So, so they're going to be competing at the regionals coming up. The drill team is #1 ranked going into regionals. So hopefully if we win, that'll be our first regional championship. We qualified for the national championship and submitted it electronically via video. Lame. The Marine Corps ran out of money, so they can't bring us to Quantico to have us compete. So we had to submit a video. So
Army wouldn't run out of money.
yeah, no, they got money from Doge. But anyway, anybody else have anything for the good order? Stanley?
Yeah, I just, I looked this up from some time ago. If any of you do not have a post shirt or a post jacket and have attended at least 6 meetings this year, and I can verify that by the signatures when we do that, we can provide you with a, either
Yeah,
a
you got-
jacket or a free
You got,
shirt.
you were grandfather
choice.
before. Yeah.
Other than that, we do have the jackets and the shirts both available at $70. And if you feel you've been here for six times in the past 12 months, come and see me and we can verify that.
All right. Hearing no other, go to the order. Let's go. No further business. We will have our closing ceremony. All rise. Command Chaplain, you will do.
Presentation.
Oh, sorry. Correct. We skipped over that. So go ahead, Nick. You're there.
Commander, I make a motion to donate, what was this figure, 325?
375. But no, but we're gonna correct it before you make the motion. Chris Johnson donated 100, so then it'd be 225 out of post funds, 100 from Chris's donation. What? Or sorry, 75. Correct. So it'd be 275 from the post and 100 with Chris Johnson's donation. Is that all good? Okay, now we can make the motion. Go ahead.
What you said.
Yep. Okay. Any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion is approved. All right. There being no further business, we'll have our closing ceremony. All rise. Command Chaplain to deliver the closing prayer. Attend hut. Uncover. Parade rest.
Almighty God, the hour has come when we must part. We commit ourselves to thy care. Thou who art our strong tower of defense and our protection, grant that in life's battles we may be strong and brave, living such lives of stainless integrity as shall reflect honor upon our country and the veterans of foreign wars of the United States, and glorify thy holy name. May thy good providence shield us from all harm. Watch over those who even now guard the gates of freedom, and bring us together again in true comradeship and peace. Amen.
Attend hut. Cover. With me to the colors and salute. Ready to. Comrades, I declare this business session of VFW Post 921 closed. Our next regular meeting will be held on American Legion Post 96 on April Fool's Day at 6 p.m. Thanks for coming. And I will not be here. Tom. Yeah, we're gonna be on spring break, so we'll be out visiting Ian. Oh yeah, and I might not be here too. Thank you. It won't be your spring break yet. We're going a week early because it's Amanda's spring break.
Oh, you're right. I'm gone the following.
Still got 3 minutes. Yeah, I emailed it to you.
Amanda's spring break's different. Carolina.
We really don't have, we have.
Oh, Pattern Carson.
I think our
Right, but I'm just saying as far as.
Yeah.
We just gotta make sure that.
I am the commander, which never.
Can't wait to see Carson run again. Matt's not gonna be here.
And the commander never Howard. I should know years later.
We'll skip any, swearing in.
Question for you, Doug.
Go to the order. Yeah, stuff. So our firm is doing a groundbreaking on March 29th.
I was gonna bring that up, but I wasn't sure if there's an opportunity for VFW to be present for that.
Absolutely, sure.
Or contribute to that somehow.
Yep.
I think it'd be great recognition.
Yeah, we have the cadets are doing color guard for it, so we could be there. Yeah, absolutely. I'll put it out. I'll have Brian put it out.
Email the adjutant.
Yeah, I got the details. I'll have Brian put it out. Yeah, absolutely.
I think it'd be.
I'm gonna be there anyway.
She's
Yeah,
got-
I'll tell Brian to put it out.
The new one came.